Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today we're talking about one of the biggest issues California landlords face, eviction delays. The truth is, most eviction cases don't get slowed down because of the court. They get slowed down because of simple mistakes made before the case is even filed. And the good news? Almost all of those mistakes are preventable. So in this video, I'm going to break down the most common eviction mistakes I see in California, explain why they happen, and show you exactly how to avoid them so you don't waste time, money, or have to start your case all over again. Let's get started. The number one eviction mistake in California is using the wrong notice. I see this constantly. Landlords might use a generic notice they found online, or they use a notice from another state, or they reuse an old template that is no longer compliant with California law. That alone can get your case dismissed. In California, the notice you choose really matters. For example, a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit is only for unpaid rent. A 3-day notice to perform covenant or quit is for lease violations that can be fixed, like unauthorized occupants. A 3-day notice to quit is for severe violations. A 30 or 60-day notice is for ending a tenancy without cause, if your property qualifies. And here's where landlords get into trouble. You cannot include late fees, utilities, maintenance charges, or anything other than base rent and allowable rent in a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit. If you do, the entire notice is defective and the eviction has to start over. Another big mistake: if your property is not exempt from AB 1482, the notice must include the required just cause language. If that language is missing, the notice is invalid. So the rule is simple: use the correct, updated California notice, and make sure it includes the required language for your property type. Mistake number 2 is improper service of the notice. Even if you use the correct notice, serving it the wrong way can get your eviction thrown out. In California, you have 3 legal methods: personal service, handed directly to the tenant; substituted service, handed to someone at the home or workplace and mail a copy; posting and mailing, only if personal and substituted service were attempted first. A lot of landlords jump straight to posting and mailing because it's easy. But if you don't follow the steps in order, the court can dismiss your case. And here's another issue. If your proof of service isn't filled out correctly, judges won't accept it. To avoid this mistake, document your attempts, follow the service order correctly, and use a professional process server if possible. Mistake number 3 is providing incorrect rent amounts on the notice. Judges check the ledger. They look at the balance. They compare what you demanded with what your records show. If your numbers don't match, your case can be delayed or dismissed. Common issues include adding late fees to the notice, miscalculating prorated rent, applying rent payments to the wrong months, forgetting city-specific rules like LA late fee restrictions. At trial, the judge will ask, "How did you calculate this amount?" If your rent ledger isn't clean, accurate, and easy to read, you lose credibility. The solution is simple. Keep a clean rent ledger and double-check your numbers before serving any notice. Mistake number 4 is filing the eviction too early. Your notice must fully expire before you file. A 3-day notice means 3 full court days. Weekends and holidays do not count. If you mail the notice, additional days must be added. Many landlords file the case 1 day too soon, and the judge dismisses it immediately. When that happens, you have to start the entire process over again. Double-check your expiration dates. Use a calendar. Don't rush the filing. Mistake number 5 is poor documentation. The success of your case depends on the paperwork you bring to court. Judges expect to see the lease, the served notice, the proof of service, your rent ledger, photos or evidence of violations, communication records. If any of these are missing or incomplete, the court can ask for a continuance or dismiss the case. Make it a habit to document everything and store it in one organized folder for each tenant. Mistake number 6 is going into court unprepared. Many landlords assume the case is straightforward, but judges want clear, accurate timelines and documentation. Common issues include not bringing enough copies of documents, getting dates wrong, not being able to explain the rent ledger, not understanding what's in your own notice. If you cannot clearly explain your case, you risk losing it. Take 10 minutes before court to review your timeline. Know your dates. Know your numbers. It makes a huge difference. The final mistake is accepting rent after serving a notice. In California, if you accept rent during or after the notice period, you may be reinstating the tenancy, which means the eviction may no longer be valid. Tenants will often try to pay partial rent to stop the eviction. Do not accept it unless you have consulted a professional. Once the notice is served, be very careful about accepting any money. Let's do a quick recap of the most common eviction mistakes in California. Using the wrong notice, serving the notice improperly, incorrect rent amounts or messy ledgers, filing the eviction too early, poor documentation, going to court unprepared, accepting rent after serving the notice. If you can avoid these 7 mistakes, your eviction will move much faster, with fewer delays and fewer surprises in court. If you're a California landlord and you want smoother, faster, and more compliant evictions, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I share weekly educational content to help landlords avoid costly mistakes and stay compliant with California rental laws. If you have questions about your specific situation, leave them in the comments. I respond to as many as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.